Serlin dropped the basin the moment she noticed her neck was empty. Her hands froze midair. For a second, she couldn't even breathe. Then panic hit her like fire. "Where is it?" Her voice cracked. She turned the small room upside down, pulling everything apart. The mat, the wooden box, the corner where Junior usually slept, even the small cloth hanging on the wall. Nothing. Her heart started racing faster. "Where is my necklace?" Junior stood at the doorway, frightened. "Sister, what happened?" Serlin grabbed him immediately. "Did you touch anything in here? Did anyone enter?" Junior shook his head quickly. "No, only Esther came. She said she was waiting for you." That name stopped everything inside her. Esther, her best friend. The only person she trusted without thinking. Serlin released Junior and ran out barefoot. The ground burned under her feet, but she didn't feel it. Her chest was louder than pain. She kept calling as she ran through the empty market lanes. "Esther." But Esther's stall was closed. Empty. Silent. And that silence told Serlin everything she needed to know. Her breathing slowed, not because she was calm, but because fear had fully arrived. 3 weeks earlier, life had been simple. Not easy. Never easy. But simple. Serlin and Esther worked in the same market every day. Serlin sold red oil and groundnut oil from a small wooden table. Esther sold provisions, milk, sugar, biscuits, soap, from across the path. They were both 15. Both struggling. Both tired. But they had each other. Serlin had no parents. Her mother had died years ago, and her father was a name she had never fully known. Only Junior, her 10-year-old brother, gave her reason to wake up every morning. Esther had a mother who never stopped shouting about money. "Are you blind? Sell faster. People don't pity poor people." Esther would always escape that pressure and sit with Serlin whenever she could. With Serlin, she laughed. With Serlin, she forgot hunger for a moment. They shared everything. Until the old woman arrived. It was a hot afternoon when she appeared at Serlin's stall. No one saw where she came from. She simply stood there. Old, calm, and strange. "How much is your oil?" she asked. Serlin answered politely and measured carefully. No shortcuts. No cheating. The woman watched her closely. "You are honest," she said. Serlin smiled softly. "My mother taught me." Then her smile faded. "My mother is gone." The woman paused. "And your father?" "No father." "And the boy?" "My brother." The old woman looked at Junior's school bag hanging nearby. She nodded slowly. Then she paid and left. Nothing seemed strange. Until the next day. Customers came unusually early. Too many. Too fast. Serlin barely sat down. Her oil finished by midday. Esther watched from across her stall, confused. "Why are people rushing you?" she asked. "I don't know," Serlin replied honestly. But the pattern continued. Day after day. Serlin sold everything. Esther sold almost nothing. The imbalance grew. Then the old woman returned. She walked straight to Serlin. This time she carried something. A necklace. Simple. Beautiful. Almost glowing faintly in the sunlight. "Wear this," she said. Serlin stepped back slightly. "Why?" "Not everything needs explanation." Esther, watching nearby, frowned. "This is strange," she muttered. The old woman ignored her completely. Then she warned Serlin, "Water must never touch this necklace, and never allow another person to wear it." Serlin hesitated, but eventually she accepted. The moment she wore it, something changed. Not visibly, but the atmosphere felt different, heavier, alive. The next morning, customers flooded her stall again. Money increased. Her life shifted. Esther noticed everything. Too clearly. Too painfully. At first, she told herself it was coincidence. Then luck. Then timing. But deep inside, something darker began forming. Comparison. Why Serlin? Why not her? One afternoon, Esther convinced Serlin to let her try the necklace. Just once. Reluctantly, Serlin removed it. The moment Esther wore it, nothing happened. No customers came. No change. Nothing. When Serlin wore it again, Everything returned instantly. That moment broke something inside Esther. Not loudly, quietly, dangerously. That night, she couldn't sleep. Her mother's voice echoed. "Look at Serlin. Even her poor friend is doing better than you." Esther sat in darkness, gripping her blanket. "I work too hard," she whispered. "Why am I always losing?" The answer she created in her mind was simple. Serlin had something she didn't. And she needed it. Not to borrow anymore. To keep. The next morning, Esther arrived earlier than Serlin. She smiled like nothing had changed. "Let's work together today," she said softly. Serlin trusted her completely. Too completely. When Serlin stepped away briefly, Esther moved. Fast. Silent. She took the necklace. And wore it. She waited. Watching. Nothing happened. No customers came. No change. Confusion hit her. Why? She walked outside. Still nothing. Fear slowly replaced excitement. Then, anger. This is supposed to work. She removed it. Still nothing. But the moment Serlin returned and wore it again, customers flooded in instantly. Esther's heart sank. It wasn't coincidence. It was real. But why didn't it work for her? That question became obsession. Days later, Esther tried again. While Serlin was away, she took it secretly. Wore it longer. This time, she waited outside. But her skin suddenly started itching. At first light. Then unbearable. She scratched her arms. What is this? The itching spread violently. People turned to look. Esther? She panicked, breathing heavily, falling to her knees. The necklace felt like it was burning her skin. Serlin ran back and froze. Esther! She rushed to her immediately and removed it. The itching slowly stopped. Esther cried. "I didn't know. I just wanted to try." Serlin looked at her, shaken. "Why would you steal it?" Esther sobbed harder. "I just wanted to win like you." Silence. Heavy silence. Serlin finally spoke, voice breaking. "Winning doesn't come from stealing." That night, Serlin made a decision. "We are going to a wise one," she told Esther. Esther nodded weakly, because now she was scared. Not of losing, but of what she had touched. As they walked together toward the healer's place, Serlin held the necklace tightly. But far away, someone else was watching. The old woman. And she smiled for the first time. Because the necklace had done its job. It had revealed the truth inside both girls. Greed had already chosen its host. And now, it was only a matter of time before it finished what it started. After Serlin and Esther reached the wise woman's place, the old healer examined them silently for a long time. The air inside the small hut felt heavy, like something unseen was being judged. Finally, the wise woman spoke. The necklace was never the problem. Both girls looked up quickly. It only reveals what is already inside a person. Esther's hands trembled. "What do you mean?" The wise woman's eyes narrowed. In Serlin, it brought provision because she carries pure intention, a responsibility, sacrifice. She turned slowly toward Esther. In you, it brings suffering because your heart touched it with envy. Esther lowered her head instantly. Tears formed, but she didn't speak. Serlin stayed silent, holding the necklace tightly. The wise woman continued. "There is no curse here, only truth." A long silence followed. Then Esther finally broke down. "I didn't want to be bad. I was tired of losing." Her voice cracked completely. "I watched her succeed every day while I failed every day. I didn't know how to stop feeling it." Serlin looked at her friend, pain in her eyes. "You didn't have to steal from me." Esther cried harder. "I know. I'm sorry." The wise woman raised her hand. "Some choices cannot be undone easily, but they can be corrected." She instructed Serlin to place the necklace on the ground. Then she poured water over it. For a moment, the necklace shimmered, then slowly dimmed. The strange power faded. The wise woman spoke softly. "From today, no object will carry your success. Only your hands, your work, and your patience." Silence filled the room. The magic was gone. Outside, the girls walked back in quiet steps. The market noise returned to normal life. No more rushing customers. No more sudden luck. Just reality. Hard, but honest. For the first time in a long time, Serlin and Esther sat side by side, without speaking. Esther finally whispered, "I ruined everything, didn't I?" Serlin didn't answer immediately. Then she said softly, "You didn't ruin everything, but you hurt what we had." That sentence broke Esther completely. She cried again. "I'm sorry, Serlin." Serlin looked away for a moment, then spoke honestly. "I forgive you, but things will not be the same again." That was the truth neither of them could escape. Their friendship did not fully return. Not like before. Not innocent. Not carefree. Something had broken between them that time could not fully repair. But they still remained in each other's lives, changed, careful, and more aware of human weakness. Serlin continued her small business through hard work. Esther started again from zero, learning patience the hard way. No shortcuts. No magic. Just effort. Over time, they learned something painful but real. Jealousy destroys faster than poverty, and shortcuts destroy trust faster than failure. The story of Serlin and Esther became something people in the market remembered for a long time, not because of a magical necklace, but because of what it revealed about human hearts. And Serlin finally understood something she never forgot again. True success is not what comes quickly, it is what remains after everything fake is gone.